What's up, everybody? Welcome back to YouTube. It is your boy BigJimGene with another interview video. I know it's been a while since I've done anything, but we are returning with a huge guest. For those of you on YouTube, he is recently starting up a YouTube channel for a few months now, but on Twitch, he has surpassed 1 year. This is Mr. Godlike. Godlike, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? What's up? I'm Godlike. I started streaming about a year and a month ago. It's been fun. I got to meet Jim, who I've watched for a while. I got to actually multi with him, which was a couple times, which was like fucking amazing, Met a lot of decent people, Some interesting experience so far.
Some interesting characters on Twitch.
I'll say that for sure.
But those of you who do not follow him on Twitch, Twitter, all that social media links will be down in the link below, including his Discord server, which is popping. It's crazy. There's always some useful help whenever it's LMS time, code breaker, and all this stuff. Just go join his Discord. Friendly people are there waiting for you.
For sure.
All right. So as per usual, this will be a interview series. I've interviewed Jordan, SuperCard, George, HD, Biggie Dude, all these amazing people, and this is going to be one of very many that are coming up. So if you guys have anybody you know want to be a part of the series, make sure you comment down below. And make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed to me, like, what are you doing? Why are you here? I'm sorry, but just subscribe. All right. First question of the day. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
First question of the day. It's usually first question for everybody. Where did the name Godlike come from?
I was playing Fortnite, right? And literally, my buddies told me you should try streaming. So I was like, fine, okay. I was setting up my stream thing. Originally, I was going to go with the name Godlak786 because that was my name that I used on Fortnite and stuff like that. When I looked on Twitch, someone had already got the Godlak name, so... And they wouldn't give it to me, so I was like, fuck, So then my friend's like, why don't you just go with Godlike because you have God aim? So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try it, So, yeah. That's kind of where it came from.
I'm going to put a little disclaimer in the video, people. I've seen his aim. It is not godlike.
Not anymore, but it used to be.
One does not lose aim, sir. Are you planning on ever changing it? Or is godlike stuck with you? That's your thing now?
I feel like I'm going to keep it because it's something that's, where I started from, And plus I also named my chat the God Squad, so if I changed that, I would have to change their name, and they like to be known as the God Squad, so I guess we're stuck with the name, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, every time somebody gives him a follow on Twitch when he's live, he always gives them the good old welcome to the God Squad little shout there.
Yes, I did that each and every time.
He's also very famous for saying a very special catchphrase that is known by Godlike, which now has an emote. It's the you know. I'm secretly counting all the times he says it. In the last stream I was in, he said it 17 times in only a 20-minute span. So that's like one almost every minute. he's a you know kind of guy. All right.
That's an easy thing to say.
It's just your go-to. It's one of those like yeah, buddy for Biggie Dude. It's just there. Okay, so second question. Why did you start? I know you said that your friend said you should probably stream on Twitch, but what made you actually pursue it?
Well, I enjoyed the interaction, obviously, just interacting with people. Because if I'm gonna play the game and have interaction, then that's the point of streaming, right? You stream for the interaction, hopefully to inspire people, be a good role model for people, Sorry.
I'm gonna have a counter probably up, so that's one. I'm gonna probably add a counter into the thing, so that's one.
Oh no.
So guys, those of you who don't know, being a Twitch streamer is not easy. Some people make it look easy. It's just because it's so natural to them. And I got to give props to Godlike, as he is as you guys can see right now, there's no cam on him. Still no face reveal. It is harder to me personally, in my mind, and it's not a statistical fact or anything, but it's harder to be a no cam streamer because being on cam gives you that face to face. Like even though you're not face to face, you give that face connection. You get to feel the emotion of the person. You get that extra bonus of relatability is what I'm trying to say. So for Godlike being a no cam streamer and being up to where he is, it's not a small feat. Like it's incredible, and he's not the only one. There's other people out there. So shout out to Henry. Shout out to honestly, these are the two that comes in my mind right now. That's it. If there's any other no cam streamers, I apologize for not remembering your name right off the head. Froggy. Shit. How could I forget about Froggy?
The most known faceless streamer.
Also, shout out to Froggy for reaching partnership on everything. Basically, he's YouTube partner. He's fucking Froggy, man. You're killing.
Yeah, he made history with that.
So, with all the Twitch things and SuperCard, will you be venturing out to other things? I know you said you played Fortnite. I know you do other. You've always talked about Dead by Daylight in chat. So, will you be venturing out to streaming other games sometime in the future?
I feel like sometime in 2022, because I've gauged my chat's opinion. They honestly, at this point, they say they don't care what I stream. They just like hanging out. So yes, and obviously you've been streaming for a year. You've been doing YouTube for a while, so you know it's once you're comfortable, you have to. It's hard to get out of your comfort zone, right?
Oh yeah.
And then try something new because you're gonna be like, what if they don't like it? What if they don't wanna, come anymore? That's like that process that comes into anyone that does streaming,
Yep.
So, yeah, but I feel like I'm gonna try Fortnite. I feel like they're into Fortnite. Definitely want to do more Among Us with obviously Meteor King, because me and him, and you definitely, if you're down.
Oh, I'd definitely be down.
Because that was fun last time we did that.
So for me, guys, there will be a lot more collaborations coming soon. Me, Meteor, will be doing some Pokemon themed stuff. As you can tell by all this, as you guys can tell, that's all Pokemon related things, all open, scattered across my desk because we're going into different things that I've never done before, but I'm really looking forward to. But enough about that. That's my own little personal plug. For you, Godlike, what is, as a no cam streamer, what is your main focus point, since you don't have to worry about like being as energetic and having this like, well, I'm gonna say as energetic, but like visually you don't have to keep up that like that high octane energy or that persona that people, when they can see you, what is your main focus as a no cam streamer to try and focus on?
Like when I'm live streaming?
Yes.
Just keeping with the chat, this interaction, just making sure I don't miss any comments, making sure that I answer whatever I can, just being there for my chat,
So you would say definitely chat interaction. Definitely.
Yes.
Do you feel like you will have the same availability for chat interaction when you do Fortnite and stuff?
It'll be harder because obviously with SuperCard you could pause whenever you want, right? But with Fortnite it's gonna be a little bit harder. And the last time I did try Fortnite, they did go quiet, and then after the game I asked, like I said, like you guys can talk, but they didn't want to talk because they didn't want to distract me. So I feel like when I do Fortnite, it's gonna be like I'm gonna have to figure out how to talk and read chat while I'm playing,
There's gonna be a lot of call outs and people thinking you're talking about them in chat. Like, so Godlike, how are you doing? Ah, fuck, ah! It's like, no, that wasn't comment for you. That was in game. Then people whoever's in your Discord call or something be like, are you talking to me? I'm like, no, I'm reading chat. Ah, it's confusing. It gets a lot of fun. Do you ever get heated whenever you play Fortnite?
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever seen me play Call of Duty, but I get absolutely heated whenever I know, because I know I'm a skilled player. I know I'm a skilled Call of Duty player. I'm not like saying I'm best of the best, but I know I have skill. My aim is pretty damn good. I know I can win gunfights, but when I don't, and I'm like, what? The
Yeah,
fuck?
because I was playing Fortnite with Slur earlier, and I had this guy boxed, and my cable fell out, so he killed me because my controller wasn't plugged in.
Gamer
So I was like,
problems.
I got so mad.
Always have your setup correct, guys. Never let your controller come out horrible. So that means you're not a keyboard and mouse player?
No, I use control.
It's okay. I do too. I'm not a keyboard and mouse kind of guy. For certain games, I can, but for like if I'm playing Call of Duty, it's just too fast paced for me, and I'm so used to having an Xbox controller in my hand. It's built into my hand structure now. I just feel like I'm holding a controller. Okay, so with your YouTube, what is your 2022 plans with YouTube? What are you gonna be venturing out to more games on there, or is it going to be strictly SuperCard as well?
So for YouTube, I want to do like more. It'll be like definitely Supercard for sure. I do want to add like maybe some Fortnite stuff in it. Add in like Among Us, like so like or other games that I want to try out. Maybe I'll do like a recording of it and see how people like try to gauge their opinion on that, and if they like that, then I'll pursue it on live streaming.
Nice. Do you have any collabs planned up with anybody, or thoughts of collabs with anybody?
Generally, what I did was, and I actually asked this question in my chat the other night, asked them who they want me to collab with, and obviously some of the names pretty easy to, because I mean, I feel like that would be easier, but like some of the names are up there, so it's like I know they want me to collab with them, but I don't think I've paid my dues enough for that yet. So maybe in the future with some people, but like obviously I know Henry and me, we've been planning on doing like a pack battle eventually. I did do a pack battle with Meeks, which will be featured soon at some point. Um, More of like pack battles videos, and then obviously when I do Among Us, like I said, you and Meteor would come to mind. You know, so different games, different like people in mind.
Who is your one dream person to collab with? It can be any game topic. It could be Supercard related or Fortnite. Just who is that one person that's your that you made it goal?
For each category, or just one in general?
Just one in general. Doesn't have to be like the top. It's just one of those like that's where you've done good is when you got that person.
That's a tough one because there's so many great choices. I mean, the obvious choice would be like someone like JB, but I would say Biggie Dude.
Biggie dude.
Like, yeah, because like his videos are just so entertaining. Like, and he just has a music aspect to it, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that can be arranged. I'm like 99% sure that can be arranged. Seeing as I've done one of them, selfless plug, guys. If you haven't watched that video, it'll also be linked down in the description below, where I interviewed Biggie Dude for over an hour. That was over a 2 hour video, but it had to be cut down, I think, to like an hour and 17 or an hour and 40 something minutes. It was crazy long just because the fun chats we were having. It was amazing. But yeah, Biggie Dude, and I think that would be good. Biggie Dude and you.
Because I feel like we have the same like PG-ness.
PG is for weirdos. I'm kidding. Sometimes you gotta just let loose. You gotta let people have it.
But
so, this is probably going to be one of the most asked questions on your stream and in your YouTube. What is it going to take to get the cam or a face reveal? And no fluffer filler answers. What is it going to take?
What is it going to take? It's a simple. It's not that I'm not ready to do the cam. It's not even that I can't do it because I can get the camera easily. Probably figure out how to set up if I can't, I know who to ask to help me with that, But the thing is, I want to be because like obviously like you said, it's not easy to stream without a camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I would like to say I would assume behind Froggy, the next person without a camera that people think about would be me, right? Now they see he's hit it, yes, but it's one person. If you get one more person without a camera to hit that, promised land, then it will because when I came up, and I've talked about this on live stream, I've been told by multiple streamers where I needed a camera, or they felt like they had to tell me that I needed to do this or I needed to do this because I didn't have a camera. You know what I mean? Whereas I don't think that was, and I saw new people coming up. Like, for example, I'm gonna say it like Preston. One of his first weeks, he felt like he needed to turn a camera on because he wasn't getting any traction. But like, I was like, no, you don't, because as much as it sucks that you're sitting there with like maybe 1 or 2 viewers, eventually people will tune in if your content is good enough. If they, because I'm gonna actually use Molly for example, right? Molly22.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this, right? And he said that during the drops is when he came back to my stream for the first time. And before that, and originally he did not think about looking into my channel at all, right? So when he did check it out finally, he said one of the reasons why I stuck around was because of your personality, you know what I mean? Like, I got to know you for you, not just because of what I see on stream, you know? Because,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like to be able to have one more person without a camera hit that, would be, it'd be a way to set, basically say, yes, you can take the camera route, or yes, you could take the no camera route. It doesn't matter. It's up to the streamer if the streamer needs a camera or not. That's how it should be. And I feel like whether it's me or Henry, I just want one more person without a camera to hit that first, and then I'll be ready to reveal it.
Who do you think's gonna hit it first, you or Henry?
I have been telling Henry I think he's gonna be the one to hit it. He keeps saying, "Shut up, you're gonna hit it first." I'm like, so we're literally arguing, saying.
All right, now we're gonna get. Those were all the super easy questions. Now we're gonna get into a little bit intermediate, novice level questions, where things are gonna take a little jump up. We're gonna start it off where you choose five names who are underrated in the SuperCard category. It can be any 5. You choose your personal 5.
Punkmaster.
Punkmaster.
Okay, Punkmaster. Did it have to be streamed for a certain amount of time?
No, it doesn't matter. Just 5 underrated streamers.
Punkmaster. I'm trying to think who else. Sorry, Theo, but I think he's coming into his own now.
Theo,
sorry.
There's no H in his name.
Scott
R93 Games, guys, by the way.
So this, I would say you, because I feel like you should be higher than a lot of people because of the time you spent doing this.
So are you saying me or?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, there's no right or wrong. This is your personal opinion.
I'm trying to think.
So we got Punkmaster, we got Teo, we got Scott, and we got myself. We need one more name that you feel is underrated in the SuperCard category, or is not getting the love that recognition that they deserve.
Future
Seeker. Mm-hmm. So, guys, we have Teo, Punkmaster, Scott R93, Future Seeker, and BigJimGene, as he says. Those are his 5 underrated people. Go search on Twitch. Probably somebody's live at the time of this video going up. Most likely somebody's live. Go check them out. Even if they're not live, search up those 5 names. Scott R93 Games, Teo_RecordU, Punkmaster, BigJimGene, of course, and Future Seeker. Those 5.
79.
Yeah, 79. I always forget numbers and names because I'm just not a numbers and name kind of guy. Okay, so yeah, those are his top 5 underrated people, guys. Go drop them a follow on their Twitch. I think only I, out of those 5, does YouTube. So yes, So I mean, if you're watching this, you're already
Yes.
here. So yes, there you go. Top 5 underrated streamers.
No, Punk actually does YouTube too, Punk Master.
Oh, I did not know that. I will try and have his link. I'll try to remember the link below in the description. Okay, so that wasn't that hard, was it?
No.
Ah. Okay, so this is the question we talked about before stream. I asked this to every single person. And I don't want no friggin' cop out like a personality thing. What do you prefer? Do you like a well-rounded bosoms or a nice voluptuous booty? You're an ass man? All right. Man. So if he just happens to walk down the street and just this nice little fine figure right there, just like that's a booty.
That's a booty. Yeah.
Have you ever been caught looking at somebody's booty? Like they turn around and see you, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You've had that awkward like, what time is it? I'm going that way. I've had that done. I personally had it done several times. I've done it with my wife. My wife caught me staring at her butt before we even like talked. I was like, "That's a nice booty."
Yeah, but that's a lot though. That's your wife.
Yeah. Well, no, it was before like we were together.
Oh, before. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was before we were together, and I was like, "That's a nice butt." But again, guys, if anybody gets mad at that because it's about the personality, it's not about the figure. Everybody has their personal preferences. You can like their personality. It doesn't mean we don't like personality. It's just what do we like as an individual. That's not saying that it could be a smile. That just wasn't the option. It was a boobs or ass. Get mad at that? Come at me, bro. Comment section down below. Actually, nobody's ever got mad at that. They usually join in. We're like, yeah, he's an ass guy. Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was an ass guy. I knew it. He seems like an ass guy. All right, so I know I'm no longer a part of this group, but NCE, how do you feel your placement has either grown or changed because of being involved with NCE? For those of you who don't know, NCE was formerly known as New Creator Era, but is now the Nexus Creative Entertainment Group. It's a group of streamers, content creators who are on YouTube, Twitch, who all came together to help grow the community in a positive way and help each other grow as well.
So you're saying how it helped, right?
How it helped you, or how you've helped the group?
Well, I'm not sure. I guess, I mean, how it's helped me is obviously making more friends. You can never be too short in friends, Getting to know more people, like getting to know Meteor better by being in the same group as MJ, you, when you were in, well, technically I still consider you in it, even if you say you're not,
So many people do. So many people are like, you're still in it. I'm like,
you're forever going to be in it, whether you say it or not, okay? Meeting Riley, Lazy, well, technically I met Lazy through Henry as well, but Chris Jackal, I met him because of you guys. That was interesting. Big C.
Oh, we love us some Big C. I'm not saying Laura, that we don't love anybody else, but I love me some Big C.
I would know Laura, if she wasn't in NCE. Well, I would probably eventually stumble upon her, but like I feel like, and then like you said, and you've often said it, NCE is like a family, so it's like having a second family, somebody to lean on, when shit gets tough. Because sometimes streaming does get tough. And how... Sorry.
No, go.
And how I feel like I've helped them, hopefully, by... I guess I need to start actually shouting out that more. I have talked about, and I've said it often, how... And I even said it like, we met a week into my streaming career, right? So... About 3 weeks ago was like the 1-year anniversary when I met you and Jay specifically. And yeah, so when I remember telling you guys that I wanted to earn the spot instead of just being given the spot, and you guys allowed me to literally come into my own, and then when I was ready to come into a group, so
that's nice. So where do you see yourself streaming or as a streamer, or if you even will be streaming in, let's say, 5 years' time?
In 5 years' time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying, where do I see my streaming career as, right?
Yeah. Do you see yourself still streaming? And if you are still streaming, like, where do you see yourself gauged at in followers and status wise?
Well, I would assume. Well, the plan is to stream as long as I can. Obviously, like I was in DG stream the other day, and he did say that even streaming it's kind of a shell life, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like because you never know when life takes too much, and you can't really afford to give time away like that, you know, because like obviously if for some odd reason I could make it this as a career, because there's more than anybody else, like making it streaming a career is a 1 in a million chance. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, obviously I would love to just be able to sit here stream for 12 hours a day and not have to worry about other shit and just hang out with people. But obviously it depends on where my work life leads, personal life leads, because But if I can, I'm gonna still stream. I don't have any intention of quitting streaming unless I have to, So
Yeah.
in terms of what I will be streaming, hopefully become more of a variety streamer. More like where like a supercard is fun and all, but like I do want to branch out to different games. Maybe get back into COD. Maybe I'll try marbles. I've seen people play marbles. Uh, I do have to. I might potentially do a Star Trek Fleet command. I think it's called, or like a sponsorship. So maybe I'll try that, and maybe I'll like that. Maybe I'll play that more often. Who knows. And then obviously the new 2K that's coming out, 2K22. Maybe some NBA content as well, because I do like the GM modes, on that.
Yeah.
So more games, more variety.
So there you go, guys. We got years of content planned right there. All you gotta do is, like I said, drop that follow on him on his Twitch, subscribe on his YouTube. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Now all you gotta do is just show up.
Yep.
Okay. So, oh man, the question I had in my head, now it's gone. It was a nice question, but now as I was starting to talk, popped out of my head. Okay, so as a streamer, what I know you said that chat is like one of the most important things, but what is the one thing that you coming into streaming that you didn't know that would be as important as it is now?
As is now, like for me, and I've said this to a lot of streamers I met, is I didn't really know when you became a streamer, the impact you would have on your audience, right? Because what we do, what we say, it does, influence them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna talk about a story, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Of how I learned, because I learned the hard way what role model means, which is why I make it important to say why that when you step in front of a camera, or not even a camera, whether you just hit the live button, you need to understand your role model, whether you want to be or not. And I mean, I knew that a little bit about it, but I didn't think like, oh, I'm new, they're not gonna really see me and copy me. It was
Mm-hmm.
more so with me. It was like I was streaming with Marsh at the time, right? And I'm not gonna say the person's name. I'm just to call him this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Told this little kid, he wished like his family COVID, and so I banned him, right, or whatever, in my Discord. I banned him in my stream, right? So he was a buddy of Marsh, and he kept DMing Marsh in game, right? And I had a viewer that was watching me at the time, right? Who was watching this guy message Marsh saying mean, disgusting things to me and him.
Mm-hmm.
And so the viewer was like, okay, this guy's attacking my favorite streamer, so I'm gonna go and attack him. And the guy that was attacking me, Marsh, he unfortunately had a disability, and the viewer, but he was trying to defend us, but he went about the wrong way. He started attacking him about his disability, which is not something I would ever, ever, ever approve of.
Mm-hmm.
So when I found out, I told him like he can't do that. I understand where he was coming from, but and then that's the moment where I realized, okay, what I say, what can be said, it's role model, be a role model that they deserve. I say that often, and that's what I live by now. But like I learned the hard way that even unintentionally, you can influence them into doing your chat into doing something that they shouldn't be doing, which is why you have to be very careful what you say or how you are with your, because you don't want to. You want to be a positive influence. You want to impact them positively. You want to inspire them as a streamer. You want to be that role model that they deserve. So that's kind of how I am.
There we go. That's 7, by the way, guys. See, for me, like the fact that when I found out how I had such an amazing like influence and stuff on people is when like I would bring different games into the stream or YouTube content, and then so many people would follow me over and be like, all right, I'm downloading this, I'm playing it with you, let's go, can I play with you? I'm like, you guys really want to play with me? Like, you want to do this? Or you want to download this? And they were like, yeah, of course, why not? Let's go, come on. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then, like I said, whenever I brought Pokemon back into my channel, I used to do YouTube content on it, and then I brought it into the stream recently, a few months ago. It took off. Meteor was doing it. I saw Scott do it. I saw Genesis did it. Who else? Sunny D did it as well. Like, it's just seeing this huge outflux of people doing it, because I was like, all right, I'm not saying like I made it popular. I shined a little bit of light on it, and then boom, like it started spreading out. So yeah, it's just seeing things like that. It's like really gets to me, and I'm like, man, this is what I do. Like, of course I do it. Like I've said it multiple times. I do this monetarily because this is my outside source of income. Because for those of you who don't know, I am a stay-at-home dad. I take care of the kid like all the time while my wife goes to work. That sounded so much weirder, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get roasted for that, people. My mom, she goes to work, and I just like bum. No, well, I was trying to say my kid's mom. My wife, she goes to work. She's in school and training to be a nurse here in Germany. So, well, I do.
She also writes a book.
Yes, she is also an author. Book 2 is almost complete. Book 3 is being worked on as well. Also, that's her Christmas present that we've talked about. That for her Christmas present, I'm gonna pay for her next art cover for her next book, which is about almost $150, almost $200. So I'm gonna be paying for that. Which again, you guys, Twitch people, you have helped me get that money for that, which is again, it's incredibly helpful. You guys are all the support that you do on Twitch, on Streamloots. Hopefully I'll get a partner program once I start going back on YouTube more. I'm planning on doing more streams, trying to get into the YouTube partnership so I can monetize my channel. I did get very close. I was within like 900 hours one time, and then it dropped down big time. So I was like, okay, so I need to get back into it. I know I can get it if I do as consistent amount of streams that I do on Twitch that I do for YouTube. I can definitely get into the partner program.
You can do it.
Yeah, it's just lack of motivation for YouTube stuff, really. YouTube will forever be my home. Like I understand, I've been doing it for over 10 years, and it's just YouTube was my first like real thing where I was like, oh, I could do this. Like everybody's like, oh, I can be an astronaut and everything. I was like, no, I want to fucking make content. Like I want to be that guy on the screen who like it began as like, oh, I want to sit down and play video games for my life. That sounds awesome. But then as I got older, I was like, shit, like it's a lot more than just sitting down, clicking record or go live. It's a lot more than fucking. You have to edit, you have to socialize, you have to like maintain a high level of energy. You have to be that outgoing figure. You have to be, like you said, role models. You have to be that inspiration to other people. It's a lot more factors that go into it than just, oh, okay, I'm live, guys. Hey, how you doing? Because if you go to just on my stream and you're like, he's just sitting back in the chair like this. Hey, how's How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. You're not gonna be as motivated and into that guy, so you gotta be like, let's go. Hey, hand movement. Let's go. Let's go. So like, I try to keep up that again. What on camera is me turned up, maybe times 2. So like, whatever you see on camera, it's still me, but it's just me with that little bit of to it. So again, I'm not. Some people will perceive as that being me as being fake or anything like that. Like what you see is what you get from me. I am who I am. I no shame in what I or how I am. I know I'm fucking crazy. I know I'm wild. At times I'm a bit blunt, but that's just me. You signed up for it when you come to my channel or stream and just hang out. Like you just expect that because I'm not gonna bullshit you or want you to bullshit me. Because the worst thing I hate in the world is a liar. If you come and lie to me, like you could. It sounds super weird, but you can come and smack me in the face and probably like talk shit about my family. I'd probably be more pissed if you lied to me about something, even if it's something trivial, like, oh, did you do this? No, what are you talking about? And then I come back and find out you did. Don't do that to me. I'd much rather you smack me in the face.
Well, yeah, because lying is just like you're breaking that trust.
Yeah, I'm all about that. And when somebody breaks that trust, for me, it's like it takes a long time for to get it back. Yeah. So it's a huge downpour of respect after somebody does that. Damn it, there was one more thing that I wanted to ask, but there we go. Bliss. What started your obsession with Bliss?
Well, like I said, I actually answered on stream. I'll say it again. Is that like during NXT, she really didn't get the title like her, and I think Becky Lynch didn't get the title.
Mm-mm.
Like they just hot potato between Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when she came up, and it's like you didn't really get to see much of her or Carmella, but now in the main roster you did, because of the title runs they got. So it's like she's entertaining. Obviously, she's attractive. She's also good at wrestling, so it's like she kind of is like a modern day Trish Stratus, and who wasn't into Trish Stratus when she was there,
Love me some Trish Stratus. Love me some Trish Stratus.
Who wouldn't?
If you could book a dream match between 2 wrestlers, male, female, doesn't matter, what type of match would it be, and what venue would you book it in?
Randy and Austin.
Randy Orton and Stone Cold?
WrestleMania. No holds bar.
Title on the line?
They don't need a title.
Nope, no title, just a match.
Yeah,
no
because
holds
if you
bar.
have a title, the problem with having a title is like, if it's a part-time versus a current wrestler, the current wrestler's going to win most of the time, right?
Yeah.
But when you don't have any titles on
Unless
the line...
your name's Goldberg.
Yeah. When you don't have any titles on the line, it's like they're going free-for-all. You don't know who can win. There's an odd chance that, a part-timer could win,
Yeah.
But if you have a title on the line, no way.
8. So, man, I'm trying to think of one match that I would want to book. It'd probably be like a past and present type thing.
I would assume with Rhea and somebody.
Actually, no. I'd probably. Man.
Or Edge. Because I know you said Edge was.
Yeah, Edge is my hands down my favorite. Well, split between him and Eddie is my favorite. But I'd love to watch Jeff Hardy in his prime, like back in Unforgiven, I think it was like 2005, 2008 when he won his first title, versus like current day Ricochet.
Oh, that would be fucking...
Like, I think they would put on a really good, high-flying, like, dangerous show.
The spots on that fucking match. Like,
yeah.
It would be just like them just trying to outdo each other on who can do the most crazy shit ever.
Yep. And I'd also, another one, like, where 2 people just don't give a shit about their health and safety back at the time. I'd want to see Shane McMahon versus Sabu. Fucking Sabu and Shane, the things that they put their body through, they were fucking insane. I'd love to see a match between them 2.
An Extreme Rules match with them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a match that I knew I wanted to see, but I never got. oh man, just the capability. See, guys, this is why you're gonna want to tune in to WWE 2K22 content, where we're gonna book all these matches. We're gonna have all these amazing things. Shameless self plug here, but it's gonna be so much fun. So guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Whenever W2K22 comes out, there's gonna be YouTube content. There's gonna be Twitch content. There's gonna be so much stuff, and then there's gonna be YouTube integrated into Twitch content that I have not announced yet, but you get a little sneak peek of it here just by hearing that. So guys, make sure you're just following, subbed everywhere. Do it, go. Personal question.
Okay.
Are you ever going to reveal your real name to your stream? Or is it forever going to be Godlike?
I haven't exactly decided because one of the things and actually Froggy said this, right? Because I did ask him about if he would ever go back with using a camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his answer was eventually yes, he probably might, but he does enjoy the fact that it's like a little mystery now, you know, like without a camera, it's like a mystery, right? So obviously people are gonna be glued to this interview because it's a way for them to get to know more outside the stream, type of thing. But real name, maybe I'll say maybe.
Also, for those of you who do not know, I don't know if this is okay to say publicly. If not, I'll edit it out. I have seen what Godlike looks like.
That's okay to say because I've told and I've shared what I like to a couple of people. Like I said, it's not that I'm afraid to show. It's just more of like I said, I want to
reach your goals before other goals come up.
I feel like a lot of people like that don't have a camera that are streaming now, right? They look at where I'm reaching because and even Henry's said it, you know, like because I've talked about like, you know, I talked about it, like I feel like I should do it. He's like, no, don't do it yet, because me and him we're close, right? So we started off at the same time. Like I met it maybe like 6 weeks off, you know, and it was just me and him literally at the nighttime shift, you know, the graveyard shift as they call it, where I would start from like 1 a.m. to like 4 a.m. and he'd go from fucking 4 a.m. to like fucking sometimes he'd go like 16 hours at that time, you know. So it was just, you know, where we've started to where we are now, you know, and it's like he's made a good point, you know, because if I switch the camera on and if that's gonna get me where if that gets me hired and you know people are gonna say, oh, you can only get this far without a camera and then you have to turn it on. But no, if I get to the promised land without one and then I could turn it on, because like I don't want to feel like I need to, because you know what I mean, like I don't want nothing against people that have a camera, and I've often said this, there are certain streamers where I feel will excel whether they have a camera on or off. Certain streamers will need it. The notion that you need a camera, that needs to be gone. Like it should be, it depends on the streamer, you know? And I feel like that's where things are moving towards. And if I suddenly decide to say, you know, I need to do a camera to, and I honestly don't think I need it. Honestly, I feel like without a camera I've been able to connect more because I don't have to worry about facial expressions, you know, I just get to more worried about the interaction if there's not enough interaction. So I'm not focused on quote unquote looking pretty on the camera, you know. I can not be nervous. Obviously when you're on a camera for the first time you're gonna get nervous, right? So obviously when I do turn on the camera, I'm going to probably feel a little bit nervous. But with the chat that I have, the awesome chat that I have, I know they're not going to let me feel nervous for long, so...
Yeah, they'll definitely welcome it.
Yeah. So I feel like... Sorry, not to...
No, go for it.
I feel like when I want the reveal to be more of not a necessary, but more of a reward of getting that milestone done, you know what I mean?
So guys, if you want to know what Godlike looks like, all you gotta do is just tune into his streams, get him to Twitch partnership, and maybe you can see those sexy eyebrows that everybody keeps talking about. That's simple. Like maybe. Do you think,
Huh?
you said there's some people you think that can do it without. Do you think I could be able to do it without a cam?
Yes.
I'll probably give that a trial and see how well that goes. Because I think that's if I didn't stream with a cam, I think I could stream for a little bit longer from time to time. Because as of right now, I'm yawning. Perfect timing.
Well, I've seen like people's cameras like malfunction and they panic, but I'm like, you've done like 4 stream with a camera, just continue to finish your content without one. You know, it's proven. I'm living proof that it works. You know, you you don't have to have a camera to convey. And I've actually asked this question on stream: is cam important? And when I first started, the answer was majority yes. Yes, it was. I was often told that I was the exception to the rule of no cameras. So I often wondered, okay, what am I doing, and why am I the exception, and how can I get this to other streamers without a camera and help them progress? You know, and it's from talking to my viewers constantly, asking this question over and over again. It comes down to personality, you know. So like, yes, I do agree with them when they say camera does matter at some point. Some streamers, sadly, I hate to say it, will need a camera. Some streamers will probably do better without a camera. And then there's some people that can go either or, you know?
Yeah.
And I personally, not even the fact that we're talking, I personally think am I good to name a few people?
Go for it.
I would say, obviously, the way Deej is, I would say obviously him. He can do it without.
Oh, he can. Yeah, he can definitely go without camera.
He's one of
he
the
just
most
has that energetic voice.
People I've met. Meteor, I feel like he could pull it off. I'm trying to think who else. I honestly feel like Sunny's been pulling it off when he's been doing it without a camera. I feel like it's actually helped him a little bit more, you know, because he's connecting a little bit more on that level. I think. Let me think.
Okay, so while he thinks about that, I want to jump in and say something. Again, you do not have to have a camera to stream. It is not one of those things where we're saying this or that. Why not? Like some days, if you feel like having a camera on, stream with the camera. If you don't feel like it, don't. Like don't. We don't want people to feel pressured like they have to accommodate or join into a society where that's the normal. But the one thing I do say that if you're a streamer, you cannot stream without a mic. I'm so sorry if you were one of those people who are like, oh, well, I don't have a mic, but I'm a streamer. If I join into a stream and somebody's using the chat, like they're texting into the chat instead of like talking, I'm 99% chance I'm not staying in that chat. I'm not in that stream. It's just. Doesn't.
I agree with you on the mic thing. You do need to have a mic because you have to either have a face or a voice. You can't have nothing, you know.
Yeah, if it's just literally I'm joining in and somebody raids and you're just like, oh, thank you, hi, how was your day? No mic. I mean, I understand if your mic's this is like mic malfunction, got it. No mic stream for that day or for a few you're eating or doing something, got it. But if you're thinking of doing streaming for a long time and you don't have a mic, good luck. Good luck.
Can I also say one more thing? Always carry a backup mic.
Oh yeah.
Because actually, can I tell a story of what happened today? Actually,
go for it.
Because this is my backup mic that I'm using actually. So my HDMI cable that I use, right? For some odd reason, it wasn't working, so I went and grabbed the other one, and stupidly, I forgot that my mic was plugged in. So it was plugged into the jack, right? And I had pulled it down, so I could, put the HDMI cord into the computer part, right? And I had not realized that my mic was there, so the USB port was bent, like the connecting was bent. So yeah, the mic was kind of fucked. Goodbye, you know. So that's why it's good to have a backup mic, because if your mic fucks up, you don't want to say, oh, I can't, you cancel your stream. It sucks when you cancel a stream that people are looking forward to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to have a backup mic. So I always have a backup mic.
Yep. Always. I think. I mean, I know it wasn't as many like personal questions, but I would say, let's get into some generic questions. I know if people made it this far in the stream, they're expecting like it to get bigger and better as the stream goes on. But let's just get into some more generic questions. What is your favorite type of food?
Shrimp fried rice.
Shrimp fried rice.
Yes.
I've never had shrimp fried rice, mostly because most of my life was avoidance of seafood. I've had shrimp for the first time, maybe 4 years ago, and it was absolutely weird to me.
Originally, when I first started eating it, I didn't really understand. Like, it was tasty, but I was like, But like, my uncle actually would take us to a Mexican restaurant all the time, right? Like, every weekend when we were growing up. Like me, my cousin, and then like his wife, and then sometimes my sister and my cousin's sister would join, or one of our cousins would join. So it was like kind of like, we'd go. I'd get shrimp all the time when I went,
Mm-hmm.
And then there was actually he made a recipe between like shrimp and like food from my culture. We call it shrimp masala.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy, by the way.
Love me some spice.
And interesting word. Masala means spicy in my language, by the way. So,
fact of the day.
So every time he moved to Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he moved to Texas, like every
go
time
Texas.
Every time I would go, one of the things I would get, it wouldn't be just Whataburger or whatever the new, because Texas is always opening up into something new, right? So whenever I would go, I would always make sure you make that for me, And going this year will, like, in a couple days actually, or whenever this video posts, it's going to be a little bit tough because obviously he passed away during my dad's birthday last year. Last year. So he's not going to be there, obviously, and it sucks, but yeah.
Tough time.
Yeah.
What is your favorite brand of movie? Like action, thriller, horror, comedy, rom-com?
I feel like action, like superhero movies mostly.
What's your favorite superhero movie?
I did enjoy the original Spider-Man movies.
The Sam Raimi trilogy?
Yeah. I did like the Batman movies with Christian Bale. Really wasn't into the Man of Steel ones, the current ones,
they're kind of meh.
They didn't really book it the way, not book it, but make it as interesting as they could have.
They didn't. Being a Superman fanboy, yeah, no, they didn't.
I did like the team up aspect, but they could have done more. I'm looking forward to the Flash movie. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, that looks so good.
So they are coming out with good movies. Like superhero movies are pretty interesting because it's like good guy versus bad guy. The story writes itself typically. I don't mind horror movies. I watch horror movies. I don't really have a personal favorite genre of movies. So I just, if it's good, I'll watch it. If it sucks, then I'll probably not.
Yeah. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Ugh.
You like DC?
Yeah, I'm a DC guy. I mean, I'm not saying I don't enjoy them. I absolutely love the Marvel movies, but I'll forever be like a DC kind of guy. It's just something about the characters and stuff for DC is just more outgoing to me. I mean, of course, the movies made Marvel more famous now, but if you go back to the comics, Marvel was still kind of just cool, but it wasn't DC kind of cool. So if we're basing off movies, I'll go Marvel, but comic books and originality, I would go Disney. I mean, not fucking Disney. DC.
Yeah, I feel like people also said like DC would be more for like the series wise. You know, they're good at series.
Yeah, they are amazing. If anybody hasn't watched Arrow, The Flash, Smallville literally started everything.
Yeah, that
Smallville started all of this crazy shit that happens today. So, for those of you who never watched Smallville, I've literally watched it 10 seasons. I've watched it over and over again, maybe
uh,
13, 14 times. I'm not even exaggerating. I've watched that whole series. About
anybody
the,
that grew up watching that watches it maybe like once every year. You know, you just sit there and binge watch it because it's such a good show.
it's so good. And I have a case back here when I have each season on display.
Yeah, and imagine the effects that they can have now versus what, and even back then, like the effects, like it wasn't that big of a deal because it was like low budget, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if they were able to use what, like, say, Arrow used or Flash used, like,
That
you know,
show would be probably the greatest show of all time.
yeah,
If they have today's budget and technology, oh my
and it
god.
also helped with the actors, you know, in the show because like they played it pretty well, you know, the
Oh
Lex
yeah.
and Clark dynamic because they had like that chemistry, you know.
Yep. 11. Like I was recently watching interviews about them. They're actually in talks about doing something new.
Like a
They did,
revival.
huh?
You're talking about like a revival type of thing,
They haven't said anything. They just said they're working on something, which I'm like, ah, tell us. They just because it was Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling, the people who played Lex and Clark, Superman. They came in several interviews like, yeah, we're working on something, but we're not talking about what it is. We're not saying it's a revival. We're not saying it's a reboot. We're not saying it's a miniseries. We're not saying it's a movie. They're just saying they're working on something, and I'm like, oh my god, come on, just give me something. Give me a little bit more than that.
I feel like a movie would work better for them, right?
I would love to see a movie, but we did in the crossover stuff for the Flash and all this like new stuff.
Yeah, we got a camo, but that wasn't enough.
A camo,
Like, or you know what I mean?
cameo.
Cameo, sorry.
Yeah, there was a cameo from Clark in there, but again, like they said, he doesn't have his powers anymore. So I was like, that's a whole story you can lead up to. I'm so confused. Why doesn't he have his powers? What happened?
So maybe they do a movie of how he lost his power.
I would love to see that. I would just love to see the characters back and expand off of it a little bit because they tease Justice League, Justice Society, young fucking the next what was it, Teen Titans and shit like that. There was so much hinted at, but they never got to it because again back then licensing and stuff was crazy. But oh man, I would love something like that. But I think we're gonna leave it there on that really good note of Marvel and DC, even though we're talking about SuperCard and stuff like that. But do you have any questions or anything you want people to ask you in the comments down below, or do you have like a topic that you want to be discussed?
Well, I do. Topic-wise, I mean, I'm not sure, but I feel like I do want to ask you really quickly because the year I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like the year I've had is not like I was fortunate enough to bypass the because I do see people like in category that are sitting there with like 1 or 2 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about that, and fortunately for me, I was able to bypass that.
Yeah.
And I never start off. I start off like 5-7 people, but like that's was big compared to what most when you start off.
Mm-hmm.
So like obviously I know for one I talked about how my third night and that first week of my streaming, like I said, I met you and Jay. Was offered a spot in NCE, which was a huge deal to me. To be offered a spot in any group because I was just like brand
Just starting off, yeah.
And then on top of that, I knew who you were because I watched your YouTube on content for a while on YouTube, so I knew who you were specifically. So I was like, oh my god, like he's offering me a spot to be on his group that he made. You know what I mean? But like I didn't want to just take a spot, right? I wanted to earn it, and I wanted to earn that respect from you.
Mm-hmm.
And then third night obviously was a big what happened with me, like just the interview you did with me, you and Jay did with me, that helped we decided to do this further on, like continue on with it, as well as the third night of when I talk about like third night, I've said it millions of times. I'm sure people that watch me will be like, this guy keeps talking about it, but it's an important factor of why I'm streaming right now, right? When I met like Austin TCK, I think his name is. When he came in at the time, he was on Smooch. When Jordan came in, when all the Froggy, at some point even BigJimGene followed me back to back, which was like, oh my god moment, But like, just I went from like having like maybe my first hour and a half, I had like 5 people, and then they showed up, and I was doing like deck checks, like non-stop deck checks, right? So Jordan showed up, and then like everybody else showed up, and then like more people showed up, and next thing I know, I'm just sitting there with 26 people for 4 hours hanging out, and it's just like I feel like without that third night, I don't think I would still be here streaming because it got me comfortable. It got me comfortable to talk with chat. Obviously, I wasn't fully comfortable. It took me time. Uh, there was a little speed bumps, on the way.
Yeah.
Honestly, my advice for any streamer that's coming up new, you may want to say, you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna have this. You're gonna deal with drama. That's unavoidable. It's how you handle the drama is what will shape you.
100%.
Respect is a huge thing for me. Like
12.
And I feel like I've earned a lot of respect from a lot of people, as well as have a lot of respect for a lot of people. Henry for doing 12 hours a fucking day. Jay for streaming off a phone, and like, yeah, I didn't even know he streamed off the phone until that was mentioned. That's how good it was. So yeah, and I'm just happy that I met so many great people.
Yeah.
Viewers, streamers,
13.
The friends I've made along the way, and obviously, even some. And that's the thing. Okay, so yeah, viewers, when you go live, it does like I've actually been told like people were sad and then they saw me stream and they enjoyed the stream, and that put them in from a bad mood to a good mood, But there's also the aspect of sometimes where I would go live and I would be in a pretty bad mood, and then I would just hang out with them and it just like go away,
Much better after.
Yeah, so it's just like streaming works both ways, It helps the streamer and it helps the viewer. Like for me, I've got more confident in just talking in general by just learning to talk to like 15 people, then 20 people, and then when the drops actually happen. Actually, can I talk about the drops? Because I know you were there when we talked about the drops, right? So when you were part of that conversation where I was prepared for the drops, and I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna get 100 people max. You remember that conversation?
Yep, that's why you're gonna have a lot more.
Boy, was I wrong. And during the drops, one of the things that actually helped me, because yes, I was nervous. It wouldn't be. I had like 4,300 people having to watch me for 5 hours, so that was not gonna lie, it was nerve-wracking. But what helped me was seeing my regulars there, like you were around for a little bit of that, Henry, a lot of like I said, a lot of people that I was comfortable with was around. So every time I got nervous, I would just think about them, or I would just look and see their comments, because like, and also, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry during that stream because like it was just like overwhelming at times, like. I actually got my first hype train on that.
I was about to say, you got your first hype train there.
And then towards the end of the stream, Callie and them, they planned. I think they planned it like I had slow mode on. Obviously, whoever was doing drafts, they had slow mode on. So they disabled the slow mo, and it was like one of my last streams, right, on the second draft stream, and so I was like, obviously, when you're done with the first draft stream, you at least know you have another one, and it was fun, you know. So it was like when it was the time, like I was watching the timer almost hit 5 hours, and I was like, I don't want to end, I'm having too much fun,
Yeah.
And
13.
I was getting, yeah, I know 13, and I was getting sad because it was like I had to, like they didn't want me to end, and I was like I had to end because I was part of, like I was supposed to end. I could technically end and then come back and still stream, but I was like, I had when you had that kind of people, you want to rate into the next person, make their day as well. So
yeah.
I was like, as much as I want to stay on or come back on, I want to pay this forward, So as I was getting ready to end the stream, like the 5 hour stream, but like maybe 3 minutes left, they had disabled the slow mo, right? And they got the chat to say, "You deserve this,"
Yeah.
The chat was just spamming that shit. So, and that's why when I like today, no, actually, I'm gonna start with Siphon stream because when they broke Siphon,
Oh man, that was crazy.
dude, when they broke Siphon, I got them to spam, "You deserve this," Today, when we kind of broke Jordan C because we just smashed to level 5,
Yeah.
hype train for him today, and he was so touched, and I got people to once again say, "You deserve this." I feel like just having your chat say that, it touches the streamer's heart, you know what I mean? So to know that those words, so now I want to try to get that feeling that I got from drops to every streamer I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and they see it too, you know what I mean? Like the viewer base compared from when I started to now is super, super better, like.
Oh yeah, and the year before you started streaming, the Twitch community in SuperCard was just it was not what it is now.
Yeah, and the amount of streamers that popped up, right? Nice, you got it done. The amount of streamers that pop up and are gonna be popping up, I'm excited. Like we've had this year alone, we had 4 partners, right? We start off with Deej. I think Funky was next. Then we had Froggy, and then Dami Saves, right?
Yeah.
We've had several streamers without a drop, have big days, The multi streams, I feel like a lot of the multi streams, like multis became a popular thing to do nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else was. We obviously the viewer base, it got better, like the connection between the streamer and the viewer base got better. We had returns like Macho T. I don't know if you've ever checked out Macho T. Definitely check him out. Amazing. I think you'll like him because he does 2K as well as
SuperCard. Yeah, I've seen it. 13.
He's good. I gotta check out New Legacy. I haven't checked him out yet.
Oh, I've followed New Legacy for years.
Yeah, I need to check him out. As far as new streamers, like I enjoy Blackheart. He's pretty cool. Wamp Lord is pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever checked out. It's Draxy. Unfortunately for him, he lost his first account because he got locked out because of 2FA factor or whatever. Yeah. And then meeting Meeks. Meeks was fun to meet. Like me and him, the connection that me and him have, and we're live together. It's funny,
Meeks is just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Meeks is just a wild individual.
But I would not change a thing about him, though.
No, we love Meeks.
Also, I love this whole how the 1 year journey, you know, like obviously when I met Smooch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to be on Smooch Takeover when my 1 year hit, you know, was like a full circle story, you know what I mean? Like
It started
how it
doing and how
happened
it's
is just
going.
like, yeah. And then even Jordan said it, like when I joined, like he said it, like when I joined, it started taking a serious form of like a casual team. It's still like a chill team, you know, but like it's more of a, we brought in like Chris, Henry, Future, more people joined, and now it's
It's
like
definitely a
people
change
want,
in direction.
yeah, and now it's like they need to make, like people, they're considering doing it. Well, I don't know if they're gonna ever do a third team, but they're considering doing a third team because it's like they're to know that there's like that many people that want to
Yeah, the
be in, you
popular
know?
demand.
Yeah, you know, so to be part of that, to just be, and then honestly, I want to say one thing about like the welcoming that I got when I joined Smooch was just like Triple, for example. Okay, like this man was like, he was shocked. He's like, Godlike is in here. Like Godlike joined us. Like what? You know, like it was just like I shocked the system again. You know,
Shock the system.
and it was just like, and obviously I have huge respect for Deej, Jordan, and Froggy. Obviously, Froggy in general because he's been the guy that, you know, did it without a camera. And if I never watched him, I don't think I would have thought about doing it without a camera. I would have assumed you needed a camera,
Yeah.
you know. Thing about Jordan was I remember this because I when I was young, like when I was starting out, like when you get a
You
raid,
could
you
say
feel
when I
like.
was young.
But my first, well, you know what I mean. So when I was like, I would often be like, oh, I got raided, and I gotta find a way to raid this guy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there was actually one
14.
moment where I had just ended and I raided somebody else and I saw him on, so I went to him and I was like, bro, you should tell me we're going on. I would have raided you. And he's like, God, like I know you want to raid me because I raided you, but you don't owe me nothing. If you feel like you owe me something, then this is what you can do for me. Don't give up. Never give up.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I'm not gonna say, okay, I have met so many streamers, you know. I would say 90% of streamers I've met really positive, really into growing the community. There's like that 10%, you know, that are selfish, that want to not. I'm not gonna name them obviously for
Mm-hmm.
purposes, but so he's one of those bright lights, you know, and that's why I was happy to be part of, you know, like, because I mean, I like to be part of that train, like hype train that he had, you know, to and then to have the respect I have from him, you know.
Yeah.
And yes, I know I said like twice. Okay,
15. Yeah, that was a double count.
that's a double. Okay, but yeah, just the way the community is now is just so much better, you know. And I'm looking forward to 2022 because I feel like we're gonna grow bigger and bigger as a community, you know. Like the viewer base is growing, and also the one thing I do like about the drops is that when the drops came, right, it was up to just Deej to convince people to come back because he was the only dropper at the time, right?
Yeah.
Then they added 10 other people, right? And those 10 other people helped Deej convince more people to come back, you know? Like, and then when they opened up to the entire catalog, that helped more people reach out to more people,
Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
it got attention to more people, you know? Like, and obviously the people with the previous drops had more attention still because they had the drops, like people associated drops with them, you know. But to be able to,
16.
you know,
17.
and I do want to talk about really quickly the raids, right? Yes, I am one of those people that raids every fucking time that I stream, but I don't want to say that, you know, like raiding into a stream or not is up to the streamer, you know. Not every streamer is gonna want to do it, and at the same time, me personally, like I've raided some at least 3 people where I rated them and they instantly got off because they got overwhelmed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say this because like I know I see people get criticized, like bigger streamers get criticized for not doing enough, but I want to say on their behalf that like from what I understand is like they have to be careful who they raid because they don't want to overwhelm somebody or scare them off, you know?
Yeah.
At the same time, they need to make sure that people can hold that kind of raid, you know, like the term holding a raid comes to mind. And at the level that those bigger streamers, I'm not gonna name them obviously, but like they have to understand that at that level, your raids are gonna influence people's opinion on the person you raid, right? So you don't want to take your community into someone you don't generally know.
Yeah, you still have to keep a lookout on your own image as well.
Because who you raid does reflect on you, you know. So if you raid somebody that's bad, then you're like, oh, why is he raiding this guy? I thought he was a good guy, you know.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing with raids, you know, like you wanna. It's good. Like for me, I like raiding to people, like, but that doesn't mean someone else will do. You know, like I know Jim does that too. He raids into people all the time.
Yep.
But
I don't think there's this time where, unless I have like 2 or 3 people, I don't generally raid people. But like 99% of my streams end with a raid.
Yeah.
All right. I think that should cover about everything for now. If you guys do want to see a part 2, because obviously we can still keep this going. If you guys want to see a part 2, let me know in the comment section down below. Because like I said, the stories can keep going. And if you want to just not even have an interview, just like a just chatting video between me and Godlike, let me know. Because like I said, like there's so many more things that as he was talking, more things kept popping in my head. And I was like, okay, we can do this on a separate video, or we can do this on a stream or something like that. But so if you guys want to see that, drop it in the comments below. Like I said, everything you need to follow him and me is going to be in the description down below. So it's going to be that 1 minute time where you have 1 minute to self-promote anything or talk about anything you want. You don't even have to be self-promote. You can talk about anything and everything you want for 1 minute. I'll give you that 1 minute free range. It can be horrible. It can be great. You can diss somebody. You can call somebody a cunt. You can do whatever you want for 1 minute. You can even talk shit about me if you want. So once this timer starts, you have 1 minute to go and say whatever you want or do whatever you want. And
1 minute?
Go.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jim, for interviewing me. Obviously, if you want to see more of me, Twitch, Godlike786, YouTube, same thing. Discord is up, usually popping as you mentioned. You know, I do have some cool, not as cool as him, but some cool streamless ideas, you know. But the main thing I would like to leave off, if I could say one thing, is if you're watching this, follow the category, the WWE SuperCard category, because there's a bunch of good streamers, you know, from the top to the bottom. I encourage you to check each and every streamer out. 5 minutes for each streamer is the world to that streamer. So that's the message I want to leave you with.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. He did good. So as he said, go follow everybody in SuperCard category. Just follow the entire category. If you don't like them, then you can unfollow them later. It is no harm, no foul. But at least give them a try. As Godlike says, always try and give each streamer at least 5 minutes of your time. 5 minutes of your time helps out drastically. You don't even understand how much. But again, guys, all the links in the description below. If you want to see a part 2 to this or a follow-up video where me and Godlike collab again, or we play some games or do a pack battle or something like that, comment section down below. Everything that you just go drop a comment. That's how you interact with us. Drop a follow, drop a thing. That's about it. Godlike.
Before you end, can I do one thing? Can I set a like goal for you?
Go for it.
Okay, if you want to see that part 2 that he talked about, give this video at least 100 likes.
100 likes and we'll do a part 2 video. That's actually high. I get like 10, 20 likes a video.
Is that too high?
If they want to see it, they got to make it happen. 100 likes, you get a part 2 video.
Yeah, let's do that.
Deal. Challenge set. Go get it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Say bye, Godlike.
Bye.
Bye.